suppose we might as well get going. It's not like... I don't think anyone's here just yet anyway, so getting started with the game is not the end of the world. Oh! Well, here's my potato. Here's my other potato. This is a Kel. I'm working on her, Monk? Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our... See, here's... If I switch between her and Kel, you can see how much shorter Kel is. And they're both short, so it doesn't make a huge difference. It shouldn't make a huge difference, but it really does. But okay. Let's get the party started with little Momo. There we go. I was like, someday the loading will come home from the war. But alrighty, let's see, what was I doing? The Dragoon quest! Wait, was I? That was the plan, I think, was it? No, I haven't even accepted the new Dragoon quest, which I must, actually. I'm gonna do that right at the start. What was I in this area for? I was trying to... That's right, I was getting here so I could work on story, but I guess I did not realize I'd unlocked the next Dragoon quest. Speaking of which, is it near the Dragoon? Yes, the Dragoon Guild. No, the Lancers Guild. By the way, I didn't even give my starter. Hello, my name is Shara and welcome to the stream. We are going to be a little off-kilter tonight since I am already a little elevated, but I'm here to get through as much story as I possibly can. It's a race between me and my own biology. Hello, Ywain. Eye of the Dragon. Ywain seeks your aid in assisting an old friend. Ah, I dare say you might just be the right woman for the job. The guild has urgent need of a capable lancer for a mission beyond our nation's borders. Hear me out, if you will. I've received word from an Ishgardian friend to the effect that he requires our aid. I would have you go and provide that aid. As you might already know, due to her ongoing conflict with the dragons, Ishgard has kept her gates closed to outsiders for some time. The occasional dragoon on patrol duty is about all folks see these days. In spite of her self-imposed isolation, however, the Holy See has never failed to honor her obligations to her allies. It is only fitting that we answer the call and lend aid and lend whatever assistance we can. To this end, we offered to dispatch a contingent of wood whalers with all haste, but were politely informed that they would not be welcome, much to our initial confusion. It was later explained that we are dealing with a matter of some sensitivity, best handled by individuals who are capable and trustworthy, yet unbound by allegiance. And who fits that description, save adventurers? Secrecy being paramount, I can provide no details as to the nature of this task. All you need to know will be revealed at the rendezvous point. Should you accept the mission, take yourself to the observatorium. A knight by the name of Sir Alberic will receive you upon arrival. I really hope the game isn't too loud or too quiet. It's impossible for me to tell. But alright. Oh, I forgot okay, so... I have a certain amount of nostalgia for these quests. I'd honestly forgotten that this was how the Dragoon section of the quest line starts. Oh, so fun fact. Back in the day, you used to have to get You used to have to level multiple classes up in order to get your job stone, in order to even unlock those quests. For example, you had to get to level 15 with Dragoon, and then I'm pretty sure you had to get to level 15 with Archer. And then you would be able to unlock the Dragoon quests. And there were actually skills that you could only get in one. There used to be skills that were specific. Like, for example, this Healy thing used to be specific to, I think, Monk. Some of these that, like, freeze you in place used to be specific to certain other ones. This, nowadays, they're available to all physical DPS classes. Back in the day, they used to be specific to a class. And then you would be able to sort of unlock them here in this menu. Let me find it. This used to have a special section that it would have like 3 empty spaces or so down here. More were unlocked the higher level you were. And you would go to like a specific job. Like Dragoon or whatnot. And you would like drag it into that section. And it would let you unlock it for use on a different class. Nowadays, like I said, that is moot. That's no longer a thing, they did away with it. Which, from a streamlining aspect for an MMO, makes sense. But I also kind of think it was a fascinating idea, because it forced you to play more of the classes and get a better idea for the world building. And it also felt more like the old Final Fantasies, where you did sometimes have to cross-class or multi-class in order to get things. Anyway, I'll stop babbling. What am I talking about? That's all tonight's gonna be. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom Ywain sent word. Greetings and well met. I am Sir Alberic Bale, Knight of Ishgard. The Holy See is much obligated to you for your aid. Time being of the essence, I shall proceed straight to the heart of the matter. The Eye, an Ishgardian relic of immeasurable worth, has been stolen. We have reason to believe the culprit has come this way. So it is that we ask your assistance in its recovery. The thief has been identified as a man named Estinian, a dragoon sworn to the service of the Holy See. Aye, you heard true. The crime was perpetrated by one of our own, an individual in a position of trust and no little honor. You may be assured that a fate worse than death awaits him upon capture. Okay. Not to spoil much about this, but Estinian becomes a main character through several expansions. And I have not replayed this game, like the Lancer storyline quests, from the beginning since I played Final Fantasy XIV for the first time. Knowing what I do now about Estinian, I'm grinning like an idiot. My duties to the sea afford me little opportunity to travel beyond the walls of Ishgard. I must confess to a grave ignorance of recent Gridanian affairs. I was told that a sentry by the name of Logandanrel may have knowledge of routes oft taken by Ishgardian fugitives. I prefer to keep my identity a secret, and thus would have you gather what information you can from the man. We must act quickly, for you see, Estinian is... But I have already said too much. What matters is that we find our thief and the Eye with all haste. When last sighted, Estinian was clad in black armor. Now go, and speak not a word of what I have told you to anyone. Hello! Routes favored by Ishgardian fugitives. Now that's a question I don't hear every day. You're plotting some unsavory act yourself, are you? Even if you were, I doubt you make it far. Any route, we've caught a few fleeing the northern shroud. What with Gridania being home to nearly as many Ellison as Ishgard, it's no easy task to identify outsiders. If you're on the hunt for someone, you could do worse than to visit Florentel's spire in the North Shroud and speak with a man named Idristan. If any suspicious persons have crossed the border in recent days, he'd be the first to know. Let's see, are you near an easy? Not really. Be faster just to run it, actually, than to try to teleport. Running distance is the same. I have such nostalgia for this. What am I doing? I have mounts now. I keep forgetting I have mounts. I love the Gooboos. Hi Gooboo, bye Gooboo. Hello. Hail, adventurer. Yes, I'm the one tasked with monitoring those who would enter our lands by way of Kurthus. An Ishgardian knight clad in black armor. No, I recall nothing of the sort, and such a striking visitor would be difficult to forget. My apologies, friend. I can only suggest that you return to Logan Danrel and see if he has any other theories. How dare you make me run this distance twice? No! See, the problem is, back when flying wasn't in the game yet, and just that's part of an event. They've got themselves handled. Back in the day when flying wasn't in the game, we got accustomed to just running around at whatever pace we had for mounts or for just running. But then flying was added to the game, and we all just kinda. It's so much easier to get impatient because flying is infinitely fast. Well, I wouldn't say infinitely, but significantly faster. Surprising no one. No luck, you say? Most curious. Why, it's nigh impossible that a fugitive could make it this far without being espied from Florentel's spire. Which leaves the possibility that your man is still in Ishgard. It runs counter to good sense. Would the fugitive not want to put a distance of grounds between him and his pursuers? But by process of deduction, it is a possibility. The clans of Ishgard are not kind to drifters and vagabonds. That said, there has been talk of curious smoke wafted from a cave east of here at night. Were I you, I might begin my search there. So before the calamity, all of this was just regular land. Like seasonal type stuff. But now it's eternal winter due to a few different matters, but primarily the, because Mordona, a huge chunk of, the shards of, Dalamud fell in Mordona, and some fell here in Kurthus. And the ones that fell here in Kurthus and in Mordona, because it's so close by, affected the environment, so it's eternal winter here. Hi! Excuse me. And the problem is that, there's really no way for the people of this planet to fix that. They're studying and trying to find ways to mitigate the damage, but unless people were to, be able to pick up and move those shards of the moon that fell, these changes may be permanent. He's just a little guy. Tarok Matron. Oh, you're a mama. I'm sorry. From one mama to another, I'm sorry. That Ishgard would resort to sending coin-starved adventurers after me. I know not whether to laugh or to feel insulted. The eye? It rouses for another. Preposterous. Our paths shall cross again. You can be sure of it. It's so funny to me to play this storyline and know that for most of this, for I think this entire expansion, and then most of the next expansion, you don't see Estinian's face. And now he's like one of the pretty boy mascots of the game. God, I'm so happy. I know that's so stupid, but I'm so happy. Shara, you have mounts. I'm sorry, my dear. She says there's gonna be several streams of this before I remember that I have mounts. Boop. Hello! A dragoon clad in black, you say? Tell me all that transpired. By the fury, that the eye would choose another. I had not thought it possible. In light of recent events, it would seem an explanation is in order. The eye is no ordinary relic. It harbors the soul of the dragon, which it bestows upon a single chosen soul, the strongest and wisest dragoon. He who is chosen is possessed of the power to fight our mortal foes, the dragons of Gervania, on equal footing, soaring the firmament as if it were an extension of the land. That man is known as the Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon is the light of hope for all Ishgardians and the paragon of all dragoons. For this reason, you may imagine how it pains me to have to confess that the man you encountered, the thief, is none other than the Azure Dragoon, and that I was once his teacher. Needless to say, I acknowledge myself accountable for Estinian's misdeeds, and mean to do all in my power to find him and recover the eye, but I cannot do this alone. I require your help, Momo. You who have received the power of the dragon. I can speak, sorry. I thought it was about to say dragoon, so I started that first. Nope. You may labor to believe it, but there can be no mistake. The soul of the dragoon I bear glows in your presence, irrefutable proof that you are chosen. What I can ill explain, however, is the why of it. Never before in Ishgard's long history has the eye roused to more than one individual in a single generation, but it avails us not to cudgel our brains about it. The fact of the matter is that you are now a vessel for the power of the dragon. That dragon lies yet in slumber, however, and you must needs possess the means to wake it, the soul of the dragoon. I would entrust you with mine, Momo. Like Estinian, I once ruled the skies as the Azure Dragoon, although that power has since become lost to me. It is simply by force of habit that I have hitherto kept the soul upon my person. I have no inkling as to why the eye has seen fit to choose a second, and an outsider at that. Yet, one thing is clear. None can challenge the Azure Dragoon and conceivably prevail save another Azure Dragoon. You are our only hope of bringing Estinian to justice and reclaiming the eye. Of course, I do not ask that you do this unaided. I may be a dragoon, no more, but what knowledge I have, I shall freely impart to you. For indeed, when a time comes that you must face the Azure Dragoon, not less than complete mastery over the power of the dragon will avail you. That That a perilous road lies ahead of you, I shall not deny. Knowing this, if you would still lend me your lance, I will teach you to harness the power that has chosen you. Go forth, my young dragoon, and rouse the dragon within. I look forward to your return. We now have our job stone. Dragoon! I don't have like any of my moves yet, but Dragoon! Your inner dragon grows stronger. Yep. Okay, 35. Got it. I thought it was 32, but no, okay, no. For the original game, the main quest, the abilities are every 5 levels. It's for the jobs that were added in later expansions that the upgrades, or the story quests for the job are every 2 levels. Got it. I don't know why it keeps doing this. You know what? Whatever. Anyway, you know what? I hadn't noticed, like, I sort of knew that this was, and of course, the screen is too tiny for y'all to see, but there's lace. This white bit is lace, and I think I knew that, but, like, the texture is real nice. This outfit actually is one of the ones that I had put a tiny bit of thought into recreating as cosplay, but I think it's a little too much. We'll see. Someday, maybe. Well, while I'm thinking about it, let's go to unlock the corn. It is one of my favorite dungeons. Well, favorite. It's one of the more interesting dungeons, let's put it that way. Oh! Okay. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but I want to unlock the levs in this area, because we're not that much higher level. Ooh, are there levs? Okay, there's no levs in Forgotten Springs, just here. Levs of Little Alamigo. Esmond, the local Lev Quest representative in Little Alamigo, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild levs. Greetings and welcome to Little Alamigo. My name is Esmond, and I represent the Adventurers Guild. The people here need any and all help that happens their way. Might you have come to lend a hand? If so, you must first undertake a trial Lev quest to prove yourself capable of surviving the many terrors of Thanlan. This task should serve as an adequate test. What say you, adventurer? Necrologos, the Noctambulist. It has come to our attention that the Corpse Brigade may have acquired a copy of the Necrologos, thought to contain pages on the deadly void scent known as Vodoriga. The Corpse Brigade will only use this knowledge to further their nefarious schemes, so it is imperative that the book is retrieved, its pages destroyed, and the creatures trapped within sent back to the furthest reaches of the void. Be warned that the void scent will tear free of its prison once all the pages have been assembled. Prepare yourself well. So, fun fact. So void scent are literally demons. You have to like enter in an agreement with them to summon them. Here's the thing. They're not just demons from the ether, or technically it is literally from the ether. Scratch that. What I mean to say is that all the void scent, or most of them, used to be regular living beings on a planet like this. It was basically another world, and that mirrors this one, and it was completely destroyed. Well, there's still sort of a planet there, but it doesn't exist in the regular plane of existence anymore. And all of its living beings, including sentients, like my being here, were eventually turned into void scent, into demons. So when characters are summoning Void Scent, they're summoning the twisted remnants of another world, which I think is metal as fuck. Okay, so let's get this going. Fun fact: at least for the first little bit of this, I think the first one or two, no, maybe just one base game. In every different area, or many of the different areas, there's a Necrologos quest. Because our characters, like, there's a lot of these people that want to summon Void Scent. And the Necrologos is literally like this world's version of the Necronomicon, basically. So a lot of different people are trying to summon beasties of some sort at any given time. I'm kind of insulted by the fact that they're called like the Corpse Brigade, because they're not zombies. They're living people that just want to summon the undead and the demonic. Like, you're not even a corpse. Don't call yourself the Corpse Brigade if you aren't a corpse. Hello. I'm just gonna poke him with the stick. I mean, wouldn't you want to back up a little bit if I were him? If we were him? I love her little hops. Oh, poop. You know what I just realized? And I can't change it now because I'm in the middle of this lab. I didn't equip my job still. I was wondering where jump was on my hotbar. It's not! Oh, I didn't realize we did summon him. Here he comes. Hi, buddy! Look at his dumb face. Hello! You appear to have been through a great deal. This reward should help lift your spirits. A bonus has been awarded on difficulty and speed of completion. Woo! It's clear that you should have no difficulty competing my other guild loves. I see no need to test you further. Little Alamigo will benefit from any aid that you can provide. Pray come to me should you desire more work. Now let's equip the damn Dobstone Shara. Description says, upon the surface of this multi-aspected crystal are carved the myriad deeds of dragoons from eras past. Yeah. Okay, good. Literally, this just basically gives me access to jump. But, oops, that's actually not what I meant to do. Let's see. It's gonna be a little bit before I have enough of these. The time will come when I'll completely redo this bar. But right now, all of this stuff is okay, because it's gonna be quite some time before I get my other jumps or anything that's even tangentially to do with my jump combo. Man, this place is such a damn maze. guest. Hi, buddy. Be proud. I got to test out my jump on you. Can I get him from over here without aggroing the rest? The answer is yes. Come on. Come on. Oh, hey, there's another one. And I only need one more. Come on. Bye-bye. So this is the camp of some friendly dudes. You can make some friendly versions of the Amalja. These ones are still doing their best to like stay as much at peace as possible because they're very strong on honor and the clan and all that jazz. There's a peaceful version of every beast tribe. Well, most of the ones that are primary in the story. The Sylphs, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Sahagin in the base game. Bibi Moo. Welcome to the Sunken Temple of Corn, or what remains of it at least. Used by the ancient Beldanians as a place to worship the sun goddess Azima. Azima. Much about the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. While we've sent a research team into the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace. That is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Beldanians have rigged the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares. To deter temple robbers, no doubt. We recruited adventurers to assist in disarming the traps, but be forewarned. Many who have entered have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. I'm going to do it. The Sunken Temple of Corn. Also, look at how tall. Look at this height difference. I have never played as a max height Lalafell. I've always been minimum height Lalafell. So that's the height difference between Keldred and... Okay, I gotta take a screenshot of this for like my art reference. Because I headcanon that Keldred is a cousin to Momo. So in this context... Kel is the size of Bibi Moo. I'm just so delighted. I know that's silly, but I'm just delighted. Okay, let's go ahead and... No, I didn't invite you. Mr. Wallow, no. Alright. We're gonna do some NPCs. Insufficient level. I was able to unlock it. Oh, I had to be level 35. Got it. do that then. Oh yeah, I forgot about this little guy. That's right, we accidentally pissed off Komuxio. No need to overthink things. So long as your heart is in it, the sylphs will understand you. By virtue of the crystal trade, the sylphs have maintained friendly terms with most every race in Eorzea. Alas, the appearance of Ramuh has been as a storm cloud over relations. If peace is to be secured, we must reopen a dialogue with the sylphs before they have the chance to summon their god again. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees. Steel walking ones come from Empire. Carry boxes and go walking deep through the trees. This one thought. Steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows the forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes a mark. Right here. This is where steel ones hide, this one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? Oh, Komuxio. Part of me wants to do the quest for story reasons to learn more about the sylphs and their stuff, but I'm at too high a level now. I just gotta keep going with the story. As is, I'm 5+, maybe almost 10 levels over leveled. Hi! Third cohort. Yeah, no, I'm a full 10 levels too high. Look at these guys, are level 21 and 22. I suppose that's what happens when you're in it for the lore. And you spend too much time messing around. I found the stuff! Oh yeah, my little chocobo. My little Cornish hen chocobo. Dancing One is back! This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something. A list of supplies and material to be delivered to a certain Imperial stronghold. Quartermaster's list. Dancing One found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read Walking One symbols. The message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to steel walking ones? This one fears for this one's home. But Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones. Sorry, for some reason that's difficult to say. Brotherly love. Komuxio is pining for a wayward friend. Helpful one arrives at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside of Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Yeah, don't worry, you didn't get very far. What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is wary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything, no better than the ones who summoned a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but the meddling one arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling one is forbidden from following this one. Away with meddling one. A very childish way to think, to be honest. Kind of feels like a, like a 7 or 8 year old. What? Claxio refuses to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touch ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should find spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful one to Claxio. But hurry! Hurry before touch ones take Claxio away! No, I'm going the right way. Actually. Sorry, baddie. You're on my death list. Okay, I need one more bat. There we go. Here we go. Around here? Yeah. No, time to fight. Meddling one is back? This one told Meddling one to be gone. Tell Kamuxia that this one will never go back. Never! Touch ones? Touch one should go away too. This one is a good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Momo. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Claxio, these ones are your friends. Come with these ones, serve Primal. No, this one is a good one. We'll never go with bad ones. one not smart to anger this one, which has many friends in the forest. A marble? And things were going so well. No, not the stinky one. Stinky one's scary. The stinky one. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna bear this stench any longer. So, Ida is telling me to take care of the cells. That's easy enough. There's something not right about this marble. Ignore it and focus your attack on the sylphs. I am multi-talented. No, you get your ass back here. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio, this one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Camuxio? And meddling one as well? Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Camuxio, forgive this one. This one didn't mean to run away from little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touch once did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Camuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. Let's say we return to Little Solace as well. I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. Papa Limo, where in Little Solace is there a bathtub? Are you expecting me to believe that those, like, weird, like, bulb-shaped fabric houses have a bathtub? Maybe a Lalafell. Well, yeah, I forgot. He is a Lalafell. So yes, if they're big enough for a Sylph, they'd be big enough for a Lala. I just had the mental picture of some, like a regular size being, well, in this game, trying to squeeze himself into a Lalafell-sized bath. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful one saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Mount speed in Middle Lonosha has increased. In Lower Lonosha, Central Shroud... Oh. Okay. So, mount speed in a lot of areas has increased. Neat. Spirited away. Ha. Kamuxu would make a confession to you. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made a promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? Sorry, sudden yawn. But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday, but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of Walking One named Buscaron. Buscaron may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscaron, but Walking Ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscaron for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One. Please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help. Please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. The babies. They're so cute. Look at their dumb little, like, stick legs. Oh, that's cute. What's it called? No, that's not what I meant to try on. I meant to try on... Oh, no! Okay, that's cute. Oh, it's Kitty. So they actually, if I remember correctly, I believe aren't they selling real life versions of these now or something similar? Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, that is cute as hell. And it's probably wicked expensive and difficult to get because that's just how these games go. And for sure, it's from the newest expansion, Dawnguard. Dawn Trail? Dawn Trail. Dawnguard is a Skyrim thing. And even with the remaster of Oblivion coming out, nah. But yes, Dawn Trail, I'm pretty sure, because that has a lot of modern clothes. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fares your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? Their elders gone missing, you say? Why, if you were to end up in the hands of the Tempered Ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharp-sized serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I'd ask you to call upon Guillermoco at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the wood whalers are needed in the search effort. Pichu! Yo! A message from Commander Hiloi? You say. The Sylph Elder has vanished. Worry not, friend. The wood whalers flies under every leaf behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in those forests, we shall find them. Yeah, Buscaron's Druthers is in a not quite comfortable space between those two towns. Heh, kicking it with the Caltraps. The upper pass have become tangled with Caltraps. Traps. Slice your way through the Seacan before they choke the life from the forest. I just love the names sometimes. They're very good. The names and descriptions. Because sometimes these folks were having a little too much fun. But I can't begrudge them. It makes the game better. Hello! The Sylphs are known to avoid the South Shroud. What could have compelled the Sylph Elder to come here? But the question of motive must wait. Finding him is our foremost priority. With things relatively calm over in Little Solace, we can focus our search effort in this area. Buscaron is a good friend of ours, and there's no place quite like his for the latest gossip in the South Shroud. Hello! Welcome, an adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... Huh? Not here to fill your belly, huh? Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. These woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you had the time, maybe you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across the sylph elder yourself. Buscaron could use an adventurer to douse a fight brewing at his establishment. Druther's House Blues. I'll do the chicken egg. The egg of a domesticated chicken. Bless. No word on the Sylph Elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscaron in return? Right then, let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight, and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls, though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons could swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish, but as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my foot down. Ooh! I'll have to go run and collect that, because that is the mission, my feisty little chocobo. That is the mission to make it so that my chocobo can fight alongside me, which I am absolutely doing. Mead-soaked Midlander. What are you staring at? You want to keep my eyes in your face? And we're going to use the water-filled tub. The wooden tub entrusted to you at Buscaron's Druthers is now filled to the brim with cool river water. Ugh, Nufficus teats, that's cold. What do you mean, no fighting? This Desquite scum was... Yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin. For now. Nicely done, Momo. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught a brunt of that outburst is a Duskwhite Ellison. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwhites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them, and it didn't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of a few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? Sorry, give me a sec. Okay, let's go ahead and plug in my phone real quick. There we go. Okay, so that is a solid hour in. I don't think anyone's watching, but if you are after the fact, hope you're having fun. Never forget, the eponymous proprietor of Buscaron's Druthers has need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a current friend of mine, you see, name of Ted Taroon, a good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my druthers for a spell after that. Got to talking about striking out on his own, he did. Not long after, cast his lot with a merchant bound for Lenosha. Well, it just so happens that I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the things, but he must have just forgotten it when he left, so I'd like to see that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. Rogadan fellow named of Bainsig. You can find him in Hawker's Alley in Limsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. sending me all around. Okay. Should I just... yeah. The markets are right here. There's nothing quite like the big cities. Ronald fucking McDonald. That might not be his character name. But my god. Give me a sec, I gotta show this. There we go. Had to show it to Rico and everybody. Okay. Oh dang nabbit, I meant to accept that quest for the chocobo before I got much further. Oh well. You found a way to Ocker's Alley, friend. A key current what worked at the Druthers. You speak of Tetarun. Related to that Kyorun bloke just over there by the blood or something. Two of them put in together were making good coin. But old Tetarun up and left Limsa not long ago. Couldn't say as to why or where. You're better off asking Kyokurun himself. He can be tight of lip, though I warn ya. Best take this chicken egg with ya. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Heh. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds like as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send an adventure along. Too shy to come his own self. Gods, I miss drinking with that fool. I don't know, I kinda love that. That, you know, all the various characters, all the NPCs have their own rich lives and interconnections. Customer be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokurun busy with his business. Too busy for blather. Oh, there's a different description now. If one were so inclined, the freshness of this egg could be checked by placing it in a container of water, where it's lay on its side is almost certainly fresh. Should the egg float, however, it may be possessed by a void scent and should be smashed with extreme prejudice. Chicken egg! Kyokurun love chicken egg! Love chicken egg more than love customer! Looking for Tetarun? Tetarun no here no more. Tetarun leave Limsa. Tetarun go looking for sparklies. Now working at trading post. Good trading post. Forget where trading post is. Weinberg no Tetarun. Weinberg no trading post. Weinberg at ferry docks. You go to ferry docks. Kyokurun forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokurun. I love him. Oh, I should have just teleported to the damn docks. Oh well. Hello. Tetarun? I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by way of the ferry to Airport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Adelfold. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about the great many things. Airport! This ferry is bound for airport. Are you riding with us? Yes. Tataroon? I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. It's the exact mirror of what the last guy just said. Jesus. He took himself north, through Skull Valley into Oakwood. Was looking for a place run by his fellow Kikern. I reckon he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake. Mimiroon's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Oh, that's level 15. I'm not going to bother unlocking them here until I come back with another character to level up. Yeah, that's the best possible way to get there. I would normally just teleport to Camp Bronze Lake and fly over, but that is not an option without flying. Though, when flying became unlocked in the base game, I was really happy because certain areas like that one, you get to see a whole different aspect of the landscape than you can from the ground, I mean. What am I doing? Why am I running? Poor maid's mishap. And I could do this quest, but I don't want to. A band of kobolds left by 382nd Order Pikmin, Gibu, has descended on poor maid's mill in search of food and supplies. Aid the Salthounds in driving back the beastmen and confronting their commanders. So this is special music that if I remember correctly, only plays when whatever fate you're looking at is part of a series of fates. Usually 2 or 3 in a row that you can only unlock by doing the previous one, which I think is wicked cool. Like, this is standard music. Also, giant enemy crab. A crab released into Bronze Lake by Kikurns so that the beastman might harvest its sweet eggs has grown into an uncontrollable nuisance. Not only does it not produce any eggs of its own on account of being a male, it also ravages the nests of the local waterfowl, devouring their eggs. Karkinos must be slain. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with customer? Bring something for Tataroon? A weathered brass earring fitted with a polished scarlet stone. A favorite of the forgetful Kikern Tataroon. Tataroon forgot this. Forgot it, brothers. Tataroon swore would never forget earring, but never forget forgot. Tataroon thank. Tataroon thank. Good Buscaron doing good. Good Buscaron good to Tataroon. Tataroon miss good Buscaron. We'll have the... That's a level 17. Yeah, we're gonna want to get a better head here. So I have the head stuff hidden right now, but I'm not keeping that. Microbrewing. Tataroon has places for you to go and things for you to get. Good Buscaron helped Tataroon. Tataroon dead without good Buscaron. Must give thankies. Many, many thankies. Tataroon make Kikern favorite firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You help Buscaroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Need Crow Pup Whiskers. Need 3 good Crow Pup Whiskers. don't think there's a single beast tribe that doesn't have some significant, like, speaking... Like, they talk differently. They all have some kind of unique way of speaking. Silly as that sounds. The best way to get there, or I think potentially the only way to get there, was to go around. Why am I running? Oh, hey! You're on my kill list. Oh! I was expecting them to attack me, but I have to be 11 levels above. I think right now I'm only 9. I'll do the other ones a different time. Fortunately, I think the Yarzon I don't have to deal with. But the Curl I definitely do. So the jump is neat. The tippy tappies are, I must admit, one of my favorite parts of this mount. Wait. Nope. The people I need have not respawned. Oopsies. I think I mentioned in one of these streams that you didn't used to be able to swim in 14. Like, you would not be able to get in here. Tetraroon make firewater for Buscaroon. You bring thingies Tetraroon needs? It takes almost a full year for a curl to grow its first whiskers. It took less than a minute to remove it. You brought all thingies! Tetraroon make firewater now. Make good firewater for good Buscaron. Tetraroon start making firewater now. Good firewater take time. More time, more good. You come back later. That got me a level 121 weapon. We're not going to use that because we've got a better one already. Tetraroon appears to have finished his gift for Buscaron, like fine wine. Tetraroon make firewater. Good, good firewater. You take to Buscaroon. Good firewater for good Buscaroon. Tell Buscaroon no drink now. Tell him put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Ah, Tetraroon hopes Buscaron happy. Tetraroon gives Buscaroon thankies. Many, many thankies. You tell Buscaroon. Tetraroon make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Many, many, many sparklies. All thanks to good Buscaroon. Oh, that's so cute, though. let's go ahead and grab that Chocobo quest. Hello, Dosette. Dosette appears to have caught scent of something. The unmistakable smell of Chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? I thought so. Now, tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Liquilot over at Bent Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian's native is something of a prodigy in all things concerning our fine feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. My bird! No, I'm closer. Right now, I'm much closer to Buscaron Struthers. Oopsies. Oh dear. Oh look, somebody else has him! Ah, you've returned. Thank you for seeing Teteran's belongings to him. What's this? For me? A foul brew that is made by tossing various items found in the wild, both live and dead, into a barrel of water and letting the concoction ferment for a se'nnight under the warm sun. Kikern firewater! So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old... Oh, bloody else. Who's cutting onions back there? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Aye, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's gonna be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through the bottle together. Look at the size difference! They're so cute! You don't talk to me and my son ever again. Anyway. If Buscaron had his druthers, he'd have an adventurer with whom to share talk of selfish concerns. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were sighted in the wood, but near no lands of their own. No, this was a place near here, a place we've never known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen here. Okay. Bah. Oh, hi! More Empire people! This isn't a bad sign at all. Squeezy? Okay. Ah. Meh. I should know better than to try to brute force it. Just a sec. Okay. My ad thing's been kind of acting up these last couple streams, so sorry about that. Hello, badass! Sorry, I'm not at my best tonight. I'm already a little hoarse from having been playing for a little bit and also having to talk all day on the phone, but trying that was fun. I hope you're having a good day. I'm glad it was still good. I wasn't sure. But yeah. Hope your Friday went well. I hope you've had supper. Okay. We're gonna have to go around. Hello, Jahantel. He's he's the dude for the bard stuff. It was good. It went well. I only had to take calls for half my shift instead of the whole shift, so that's nice. And it's a Friday, and it's a payday. Oh my! So unfriendly. Stop with the zappies! Oop, what am I doing? I love the fat cat so damn much. So, was there ought to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garlands! In this part of the Twelves Wood? First sylphs and now garlands, and all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the garlands be following the sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far in the forest. The Whaler spires are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and where the Whalers watch. A Bredonian traitor. Do I need better pants? Yes. These are functionally the same, are they not? Oh well. Alright, we're gonna have to be... I was about to say we're gonna have to be less cute, but I don't know. Those are pretty cute. Nouveau rich. Buscaron has more work for a willing adventurer. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst? Someone who was aiding the Garleans? Well, I'm thinking I might have identified the suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and my finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Mama, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him, if it comes to that. License to kill, I guess. Excuse me for the yawn. Hey, bitch basket! Can you not see I'm on patrol? If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. Uh-huh. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire's risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. How long have you been? Help! 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 Please come quickly, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I am under attack. If I survive this, you made it pretty damn clear who it is you're working for, kiddo. What a little bitch. How did you just... I know nothing. I was on patrol, he just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. Uh-huh. We're not talking about that person's name. I love how exhausted the description says. Speak with Laurentius again. Sip. Excuse me. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it that you imagine I've done? Enough. Enough, I say. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I mean no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. am proud, but they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end, it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I saw an opportunity to change my fortunes, and I took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. They do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine you had cornered me? It is not I who was cornered. Garleans, I brought that Lullafell bitch. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to found such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. Oh, bitch. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ya? Shh. So this is a red belly. They're one of the outlaws. You there, Lullafell. You stand there at old Bust's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. You just stand against the might of the Empire with this red belly rabble at your side? Your eyes betray your worth, coward. You know full well the whalers fear the wasp's sting. Oh, I need to get the ads. After these trees drink your blood, I'll see that they're cut down and burned. I'll show them what happens to those who oppose the Empire. Yeah, you really drank the Kool-Aid, huh, bud? Actually, did y'all know that it wasn't Kool-Aid that they drank at Jonestown? It was, I actually forget what it was called, but it was a different brand. If this is a fight Buscaron once won, the Krokars will fight it. How? Why? You scum have no allegiances. So this is to be my end. Thanks, badass. Sorry, I was only just seeing your comment now. Yeah, they're NTS, eat shit. How is it coming to this? Impossible. How did you beat the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. Why did they not fight with you? Why did they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answers only too well, Buscaron. Only too well, Buscaron. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? We're not gonna fall for this again. I'm sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There's something I would like you to tell Buscaron. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. Feel as though a veil has been lifted before my eyes. Yeah, I trust you as far as I can throw you, bud. Let's see. Oh no, I gotta go down from here, I think. No up, but just in a wiggly way, weird wiggly way. You know, you gotta put the cloud away at the door. It's only polite. I, Laurentius, confessed his crimes. I just had word from Twin Adders. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the Whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. The thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that these things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Huh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'll be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave the face to the 12. I have other news for you, Mama. The Sylph Elder has been found. A sec. Squeezy, sorry. Okie doke. Into the Beast's Maw. Lascaron is reliable information regarding the whereabouts of the Sylph Elder. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. Ahem. His name is Frixio, and he is the eldest amongst the Sylphs of Losalis, long as he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. Bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the 1,000 Maws of Totorak here in the South Shroud. It was by the entrance to the place that Frixio was seen, and not long ago, either. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking Ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Poor Frixio. Poor Frixio. To be. Whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. Noraxia is the name of this one. And you're right to be. The place for fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal if anyone daft enough to wander in. And what in the seven hells was he thinking, entering the bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial Ones were chasing Elder One. Please, Walking Ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now! The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far would have been for naught. I'll attend to her wounds. Yida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Momo, go to the 1,000 Miles of Totorak and see that to it that FFXIV comes to no harm. Peace between man and self rests upon your success. Just go do the thing, it's fine. Ah! It's just up in the corner. Sit. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside. Are you sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for a pure blind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. Yay! Scoozy. Okay. NPCs! Let's do this thing! Sorry, I think I just bumped the camera. Totorak's such an interesting one. I'm gonna be honest. It's been quite some time since I've done this one. I don't know how much of this I remember. Well, I'll figure it out. Water-stained note. Oh. This is one of the dungeons that almost never shows up in the duty roulette. Because that's something I didn't read earlier, but once you've unlocked a handful of dungeons, you can put on you can go to the duty finder, and you can do a roulette, and it'll choose one of those that you've done so far at random and match you with other players. And what I was trying to say is it gives you a good chunk of experience points. And later on, I think doing them sometimes also gets you poetics. Yeah. Which are a later game currency. There's actually a seal on that. Oh, I think they periodically will... I think this periodically comes down again. Because it's a web. And these are little spider guys. Way of Penance. Wait, what are the rest of these things called so far? Okay, no, this is the first area we've come to that has a name. The Way of Penance. We are... No, no, never mind, I'm thinking... Well, this is another dungeon. By which I mean, these are, I think, ruins of another civilization, didn't they say? I was about to say this is a temple, but then I was like, wait, no, that was corn, which we can't do yet. And then I remembered, no, this is technically still a temple of some sort. I don't like these weird mosquito dudes. By the way, I've got an ad coming in about 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Coral Ninetails, I love that. Aww, my healer said, fear not, I will deal with its poison. And the thaumaturge said, another dark and dreary dungeon. Wonderful. I love that. There, you butt. Warden's Barbet. Oh, hey. Boop. There. Oh, that's right. I never read that piece of paper earlier, and that will be relevant to at least the lore of this place. And I haven't gone so far in yet as to not be willing to come take a look at things to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm doing something of a slapdash version of it, but I would still kind of like to be thorough in what parts of the game I do show off. Isn't it around here? No, here it is. Jesus. First Spear Rydell. Totorak Expedition Notes. 1. Dangerous fauna encountered upon entering cave. Culling as permission parameters. Expect to encounter more as we press deeper. So these are like apocalypse notes. Not apocalypse, that's... I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly that's a fandom term though for like doom notes. Like when you see bits and pieces of characters you know did not survive long after leaving those notes. These ruins are so neat. Sorry for making y'all have to see them twice. I just want to make sure we see all the notes, so... Oh, weird things. Todorek Expedition Note 2. Engaged with sizable fiend, succeeded in exterminating, but casualties mounting. Must consider turning back if situation worsens. Pretty. Warden's Whip. Interesting. Dungeon seedlings. I forgot, what can you make with these again? Yeah, I thought so. Like furnishings. Like Turnkey's cups. Oh, those balls, those... A carnivorous cup-shaped plant, often found growing in clusters, taken from the 1,000 Maws of Todorak. So it's a dungeon-specific drop that we can use to make dungeon-specific themed decorations. Pteropods, a brightly hued plant shaped like spiked bulbs, taken from the 1,000 Maws of Todorak. And Ghost Maws, a carnivorous plant featuring elongated purple leaves that terminate in a trap, taken from the 1,000 Maws of Todorak. Of course, those items also usually require a great deal of other materials. And you have to unlock the ability to do a lot of that stuff anyway once you get to crafting. Prison pudding! I'm good. Thank you for checking, Jet. Why'd they have to make such terrible noises as they disintegrate? Ogre Nights is going well. Every enemy on this map can paralyze or poison you. But it's like ruins in like kind of a swampy area. It makes perfect sense. Prisoner's Delight. Thank you for putting up with the break, my dear. Sorry about that. Sometimes corners have treasure in them, sometimes they don't. Morgan's Acton. Okay. These head trap things can do either poison or paralyze, and the cell mites can slow you down with the webbing. This is just status effect the dungeon. The only dungeon that is more like this is... Oh crap, what's the name? I gotta wait, let me look it up. Aurum Vale, that's it. Aurum Vale is like all status effects all the time. This at least has, you know, the mix of darkness. Oh look, mini boss. Another, wait, didn't we just fight a Crow of Ninetails? I could have sworn we did. Eternal Shade. Oh, of course none of these are going to be good in comparison to my level. I'm over-leveled. Yeah, there's 10 levels difference here between 24 and I think my character's 34. Oops. Form of the High Tide Cell. Wait, are each of these cells named? No way. No, just the one. And this other thing was called the Fool's Rest. And Confessional Chamber. Okie doke. Thank you for stopping by. Get good rest and take care and stay safe. Thank you, badass. Oh yeah. It's just Spider Home now. I forgot this was the spider dungeon. anyone here has played Final Fantasy 12, but I'm just reminded of the elementals in that game. And like, so one of the scariest moments I had in that game, I was on the Sand Sea, you know, in that series of like oil rig type things, and I was fighting the little ant dudes, who are basically looking almost exactly the same as the little ant dudes in this game, by the way. I was trying to get the chain up, because the higher your chain of kills on the same enemy type in that game, the better drops you got. And I was farming like good materials and stuff. And also because it was fun to me for some reason. I've been able to get into like the hundreds sometimes if I get in the groove. But anyway, because there is a weather system in that game, even if it's somewhat rudimentary. So there would be, at various times when you're passing through those sections of the screen, of the map, you run into sandstorms. And that spawns elementals. And they are, you have to be crazy over leveled for the area to not struggle against them. So they gave me like a minor fear of elementals now. In, well, at least in 14. Or not 14, but like at least in 12. Hello! I mapped it! I could have sworn there was more than one. Maybe after we beat the BC, we'll find another note.
Darkness.
What a fucking Organization 13 ass nonsense.
Elko Hidra Buglo Hans.
The mighty slayer of Ifrit comes now to me.
Seize that on Rajyadorn.
With a countenance that bespeaks understanding. It's so funny because after a certain point they drop this like special speech act later on. So seeing it back just makes me laugh.
Thagon Welrog. Torsan no Paiki.
An intriguing power, the echo. I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last.
Drama llama.
I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The Dark Minions.
All the that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
He got real big. It's okay, you're still cute. Be mindful of its tail. Okay, so the green stuff on the edges slows us down massively. Got it. Two little friends. Comus might. Skin falls off of Graphlia's tail, so that becomes the best, massive hit its weak point for massive damage. That he had a few different names on minions, because that does happen sometimes with bosses, but I forgot. Nope. There we go. What's up, guys? Ooh, I can extract some materia now. Yeah, this was mentioned in a previous episode, stream, that when you use a weapon or a piece of armor enough, it creates a spirit bond, and you extract the energy from that to make a materia. And it happens over and over and over again. So it's like endless materia. And the better equipment you're wearing, the higher level materia. Ooh. We got 1,000 Screams Orchestrion roll. That was my first song. Fresh air! Maybe not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one could leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of Little Solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to the Area 12. Damn it all. Where's that accursed Acon hiding? Still no sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bids us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Which is hilarious to hear Nero say. Loath I am to admit it, I find no evidence to suggest that Ramuh will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god that does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I would strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seem to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. You're so close to completion. I can fair taste it, but at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will have fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it may mean bringing down the heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone you were right, Garland. May your stars long fallen while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright, that Lord Ban Balthazar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Ha 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 ha! Nero, you're such a loser. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears the other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does Walking One feel unwell? This one would know what brings Walking One to this place. Come to this one's rescue at Neuraxia's bidding. Then this one owes Walking One a debt of gratitude. Walking One has questions about Lord Ramuh? Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When Walking One is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. They're just like fluffy old beans. Like, the clothes, at least on the Elder, are very grandma core. Or clothes, you know what I mean, like the shapes of the leaves. And how much of it is them, and how much of it is clothing? Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't really know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Went over to Little Sauce to secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, huh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlayan and the Twin Adder both. You done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in doing so. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kikern firewater. Nope. Nothing better there. A simple gift. Vescaron has something he wants delivered to the Sylphs. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask to see you deliver to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This is Zama Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridania and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Well, first, let's get my little chocobo figured out. Okay, up this way. Hey, yeah, this gentleman. Hello. Good evening to you, Momo. Is there something you need? You wish to have your chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing, asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of gizzlegreens. You have my leave to pick one from the field yonder. Return here when you have it. There we go. You know, he said a bunch of gizzlegreens, and the modern usage of the word bunch just means a lot. What he literally meant was a bunch, as in a group of something you could hold in one hand. Don't know how I didn't catch that before. Have you acquired the greens? Fresh gizzlegreens. Leafy greens originating from the Near East. If they were any fresher, they would still be in the ground. Superb! Then we will get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of gizzlegreens. They love the leafy vegetables so much, in fact, they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly, and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was inspired by the Fortoms family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. Oh man, I didn't realize it was the Fortoms family! Sorry, thirsty. We get really close to that family later on. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of gizzlegreens. Together, make your way to Sorrel Haven. The brood seas that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of gizzlegreens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. I do need to go buy some. Actually, I think the merchant that sells it's down here. You get to go over here. Oh, not you. I was just unconsciously going to the nearest marker, but not you. Purchase items. Gizzlegreens. I don't want that many. Actually, they're cheap. I have enough money to waste. Let's just make it so we don't have to worry about this for quite some time. Let's just... There we go. Choco Bubble! My little baby! Okay, so we... Mount! My little bird! So, we will earn experience points when our little baby fights beside us, and that unlocks the stuffs. And, you know, you can have them do healer, defender, attacker. And let's see, what do I have unlocked for my baby? Oh, that's right. I think I decided last time I'm just gonna put on the Gridanian stuff for now. Or actually, no, never mind. They're so floofy when like having minimum stuff on. It's very cute. Ah, you are level 30s. Yeah, you can tell them what to do. I think I've got him on free stance right now, which is where I want him. Because the AI just does whatever it thinks is best. Companion skills! What, did my baby already get a skill? We are gonna go for healer this time. Alrighty. Boop. Hello, sir. You kicked butt. So you've successfully negotiated your first few battles with your chocobo? Well done. So tell me, how did it feel? Is it not supremely reassuring fighting with your fellow companion? Your chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, for there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Though through some experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Ah, before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your chocobo. Carrying Gizzle Greens around can be quite cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should the needs arise. I pray it serves you well in your travels. So yeah, this is in everywhere that I can access my chocobo, I can also now access my, where the heck is it? Chocobo saddlebag. So this is for stuff you use less often. Like I'm putting my Fantasia in there. Most of my Aetheryte tickets in there. Let's say. So there's 191, so. Put the rest of you in here. Oh, dang nabbit. Add to saddlebag. 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 Y'all can stay out. There. What? Bird in hand. Must own an apartment or an estate or be sharing an estate. Oh, this is to unlock the ability to stable your chocobo, probably? Wait. Aw. Oopsies. A gift from Walking Wind Buscaron? A gift for these ones? A fragrant oil pressed from freshly harvested Azema rose hips. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One, Buscaron, and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deceptions. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. was cute. Believe in yourself. Comoxio wants you to discuss peace with Frixio. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Momo. We've just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking One who aided Neuraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you don't mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorock, whither this one had not. In Totorock, a sinister one draped in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black. Why do I have the feeling that I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees. So Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramuh. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. Think of you as their friends, and I don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kane Senna. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramuh to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramuh was summoned, and all these ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touch ones back to normal ones, but do not know how. Still do not know how. Touch ones, meanwhile, want to turn those ones into touch ones, and they do know how. So this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramuh. But Walking Ones of Gridania need not fear touch ones or Lord Ramuh. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramuh is not callous or cruel. So long as Walking Ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homes, where touched ones reside, Walking Ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with Walking Ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramuh's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramuh. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to the Horned One Kane-sama. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. The Soul's Elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from her. Huh? Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us would recognize reason if I punched her in the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Shh. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this, and while we see to it that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Momo. This one has not yet given Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far, far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. The crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touch Ones. So long as Touch Ones are not troubled, Touch Ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses Touch Ones making no trouble, maybe Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm? These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touch Ones. Let me go accept the Lancer quest real quick. Or the Dragoon quest now. I'm not sure what color to make my little buddy here. Look at my little baby! Actually, no. No, I am high enough level now to get these loves. Lance of Fury. Sir Albert would have you undertake a trial. You know what? Am I in a sanctuary right now, or am I not in a sanctuary? I need to figure that out first. Okay, this is not a sanctuary. Got it. So, I just abruptly ran out of energy. So I'm just going to honestly bring myself back to Dragon's Head, or Dragon's Head, is that the name of it? Yeah, Camp Dragon Head. And, end it there. I was going to try to go through the next Dragoon quest and a little bit farther in main story, but my brain said no. Or more specifically, my energy level said no, so my apologies. So these are such cool things that they sort of like panic built right as like emergency shelters. Well, I think some of these may have partially been in place before, as like lookouts, but I think more of them were built after the calamity when the climate went perma-winter, and I know that they're a lot more used in canon now. Alrighty. We'll be meeting this gentleman soon enough. What does he say if we're strangers? Please warm yourselves by our hearth. Take a rest from your journeys. Life is not a race, my friend. Rush blindly forward without concern for your health, and you will one day pay the price. Generous even when he doesn't have to be. We love you, Harshaphant! Okay. Real talk, though. I'm just abruptly out of energy. I'm sorry, my dears. But, this was a lot of fun. Sorry if it was a little goofy on my end. But, yeah. This was fun. It was good to get a little bit further. Sunday will be the chef's shift. And then we'll see what we do next week. Let's see, who should we raid into? Sorry, I'm just debating who to go say hi to. Well, Zach is doing some Mario 8 Deluxe, and he had announced that earlier. So let's go ahead and say hi to him. But alrighty, Sonic is an excellent being and a really wonderful entertainer, so you folks have a good time. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send you over there now, but take care, stay safe, and until we talk again, have a good one. Bye for now.